thanks for visiting. Yeah, this is your reading for December. And if you like this reading, as I always ask you every single time, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that if you'd like to. Also, if you want to support this channel, there are ways you can do that in the description down there as well. I'd really appreciate it if you do any of those things. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm happy for you to be listening. That's all I want. So none of that, no more of that, I should say. I'll get right onto your reading. Now, hopefully I'm not going to get all tongue-tied. I've been a bit tongue-tied in these readings, so hopefully this will be fine. So, right, so the first card you've got for your past is this King of Pentacles, the King, the boss. Yeah, this is what I'm getting here. The first thing I'm getting is, it might be that someone here wants to be their own boss. So I'm getting some kind of work-related thing. I'm getting being stuck in a rut, wanting to move out of that. Now, if that's you, if you feel scared to move out of your rut, to move into being your own boss, don't be scared. It's the time to do this now. The time to start is now. Now, I'm getting this as a collective, actually, not just for Cancer, but for everyone. I keep on getting this in all these readings. The time to start moving into what you really want to do is now. It's time to do that now. So that's a message for someone I'm getting in that King of Pentacles. The other thing I'm getting here is, I'm actually just getting this really stuck feeling. So it feels like I'm stuck. I want to move, but I can't. I don't quite know what to do. I'm not sure about this. Should I stay where I am? Should I move? And you know, it kind of feels like you can't quite get there with someone. This is a love connection. You can't quite get to the finish line with someone. That's what I'm getting. And yeah, I'm saying finish line because it's like they want you to get to the finish line. It's almost like they're cheering you to, to come forward. And for some reason you can't do that. Yeah, I'm literally seeing, so I'm not saying that this is literally happening, but it feels like someone's trying to get you to come forward to them. That they really want you to come forward. They're standing there at the finish line waiting. They're watching you, and you can't come forward. That's what I'm getting. And they're waiting to see you. Excuse me, they're waiting for a sign from you. I'm getting that really clearly. So it might be that you're keeping someone on hold. It might be that you're not answering their text. It might be that you're not telling them where you are with them, that they're waiting for you to talk to them. So there's someone there waiting for you. It might be that you don't want them, but they want to know. It's like, I just want to know. I just want to know how they feel. I'm getting that really clearly. And it feels like you're stuck and you can't quite tell them that, or you can't quite move forward for some reason. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, if you're talking to someone, and yeah, there's chemistry there. There's chemistry between you and someone you're talking to, I think, if that's you. I'm really feeling that. And you know, I don't want to tell you to hurry up and run toward the finish line and run toward them, because obviously if that's not what you're doing, that there's some reason for that. Either your instincts are telling you that, or there's some reason why. It might be that you haven't let go of something, or maybe you're not quite ready. There's some reason. So I'm not going to tell you to go against how you're feeling. But yeah, the King of Pentacles, you know, he's obviously about money, riches and rewards and all that kind of thing. But yeah, if you look at him really closely, this is where I'm getting this stuck feeling from. He's got all these vine leaves and they're kind of stuck all over him. And you know, if you've ever tried to remove a vine leaf from a wall, I have, and it's horrible. It just clings on, and it's so much work. It takes a long time to kind of pull it off. You've got to keep pulling and pulling it off. So you're stuck with all these leaves all over you, or you're kind of stuck in something. It's like a gnat. You're stuck in something. You can't move forward. And I'm getting this clinging on with this vine. So maybe you're clinging on to something. Maybe you're clinging on to something from your past. Yeah, there's love in your past. And yeah, I don't think you're clinging on to an ex. I don't think you want to be with an ex. But it might be that you're clinging on to a dream or a memory or something like that. Because I'm getting this, oh, I held on to that for so long. I held on to a dream. I held on to this. Yeah, I held on to a promise. That's what I'm getting, a promise. So this axe, I think, promised you lots of things. You know, they promised you the world. You've got the world under this. And, you know, I think, yeah, you really trusted them. They promised you all these things, and they didn't happen. Big things. You know, oh, we'll be together forever. Oh, we'll get married. We'll do this. We'll have this house, blah, 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 blah. And what's it called when people do? Yeah, future faking. They were future faking to keep you hanging on to them, to keep you clinging on. And even though you're not with them anymore, you're still clinging on, not to them, but you've still got all the memories in your head of what your life would have been like. And yeah, so you've still got that picture in your mind, maybe of the house you're going to live in, or where you're going to be with them. Maybe they said, oh, we'll get married, and you're like, oh yes, and I'm imagining what my wedding's going to be like. It's going to look like this, and I'll have this, and you know, your mind was full of all that, and now it's still stuck in there. So yeah, all that's clinging onto your mind. You're clinging onto that memory. You're clinging onto that. Your head's full of that. All that kind of fantasy. And it's not like you want to be there. You know it's not real. You know that. Logically, you know it's not real. You've got the King of Swords across there, top right hand corner. He's all about logic. He's all about clarity. So you've got that clarity. You've got that. It's just that it's still stuck in your head for some reason, if that's you. And you've got to get it out of there. It's like it's just stuck there. You know, it goes around. It's like an old song you've got in your head, and you don't like it. It goes round and round and round in your head, and you just say, oh, that song's in my head. So, you know, I think, yeah, you've moved on physically. You've moved on physically. That's what this world card's about. You know, freedom, like this woman here. She's full of freedom. So you've got freedom from them physically, but you've still got that memory. You're still trying to clear all of that out of your head. Now, if that's you, I just want you to congratulate yourself, because you've actually come really far. You've come a long way from where you used to be. Even though you've still got all that in your head, you're actually a lot further along than you used to be. You know, you're improving yourself. You're trying to get up there. You're trying to, you know, move forward. You're working on your life. You're working on yourself, and you know that's what this King of Pentacles is about as well. You know, he's where he is. He's the boss because he's worked on himself, and that's what you're doing. So, you know, the first thing I want to say to you is just know that you're actually further along than you imagine. And also, don't be hard on yourself. You know, if someone promises you things, don't feel like a fool. Don't say to yourself, oh, I was such a fool to believe all those promises. You know, I'm so stupid. No, you're not. You're just someone that loved someone, and because you loved them, you trusted them and you believed them. You're not stupid. I think just about everyone here has been through something like that. You know, where they've trusted someone and, you know, they've made a fool of them. And again, I shouldn't say that. You're not a fool. There's no fool here. There's no fool in this spread. You're not a fool. So, you know, you've gotten so far already. You're working on yourself. Keep on going down that path and you'll get there. The memories will go away. All that old energy will leave you. But you've got to keep on going down that path. You've got to make an effort, or keep on making an effort to work through that, and you will get there. You absolutely will. Okay, so I'm just looking at the world now, and I'm looking at the Judgment card as well as a kind of unit. I'm looking at the sequence there. Yeah, this is a really special combination. Very special to get these two together, because they're both life-changing cards. You know, the world is all about victory, freedom. I'm getting what I want. I'm getting out. You know, she's got two wands. So, you know, I can manifest this, I can do this, I can have the world. A fantastic card. And then, you know, the Judgment card's all about coming out of your shell, new life, starting afresh, all that kind of thing. So when they're together, it's a really, really special combination, and you don't see that very often. So this is a time in your life where you're moving forward, you're coming out of the old, you know, you're going forward into the new. The other thing so the other thing I'm getting with this World card is, I just have to say this for someone, it's quite specific, but I want to say this. It actually feels like you're surrounding someone in your love. with that laurel wreath that's surrounding this woman there. And it might be a female energy that you're caring for, you're surrounding them and you love them. It might be a relative, it's someone you really care about. I'm getting that over and over again, love, care. Now, I think what happened was, I think why you're so loving and caring and protective of them, actually, I'm getting a shock here. I'm getting some kind of health scare, I think, with this person. And I think you kind of swooped in, if this is you, and you tried to protect them, you tried to help them. And you've worked really hard to help them. You know, you really deserve a medal because you've really done a lot of work to help this person, if that's you. So what I want to tell you is the worst's over when it comes to this person's health. And I don't like talking about health. I don't like talking about things like that. But I am getting the worst's over. I keep on getting this. The worst's over. The worst's over. There's a couple of little things ahead of them, a couple of roadblocks and things like that, or hurdles they've got to go over. Little tiny things. I don't know what that is. You might have to go with them to help them with something. I'm seeing two things. Might be more. Little things, little obstacles ahead. But the worst is over. I keep on saying that, or I keep on having to say that, or that's how I feel. The worst is over. The worst is over. It's clear. It's clear now. And so, yeah, things are improving. They've already started to improve, I'm getting with this person. And I think as things get better, especially next year, I think that'll release a lot of stress for you. Because I think you're caught up in helping this person, and you wanted to do that. You love this person, you wanted to help them. But I think as they become more independent and they need you less, you're going to be a lot freer in the new year. So you won't have to be around them as much, you won't have to do as much work for them, you'll still care for them, you'll still love them, you'll still talk to them, but all that time you spent, you won't have to spend that with them anymore. And yeah, if you look at this World card, that's about freedom, and then you've got all these wands on the Eight of Wands, bursting out of that. I was going to say booming out of that, I don't know why. Bursting out of that, and yeah, you're going to fly, you're going to fly, you're going to be your own person again. You're going to get that time back for yourself if that's you. So, yeah, I'm getting this for someone as well. I'm getting this process of kind of shedding things, getting things out of your life you don't need, getting people out of your life you don't need. And that's this process you're going through, so you can get to this new level here with these two cards here, the World and the Judgment card. You're coming into a new time, you're coming into a new phase in your life. But yeah, this is what I'm getting for someone. I know this is going to sound a bit silly, but I'm getting someone literally getting rid of old clothes. So, you know, shedding old clothes, getting rid of them, getting their wardrobe, throwing things out, all that kind of thing. Now, it sounds very trivial, I know it does, but it's actually symbolic of shedding the old you, if that's what you're doing. Because clothes that you wear, you know, I think it might be some of the clothes you wore when you were with this ex. You're getting rid of all that. You're shedding all that. You're shedding the old energy. You're shedding the old memories. So keep on doing that, because I think that's going to help you. And yeah, it's kind of symbolic of shedding your skin as well. And that's what snakes do. So yeah, I don't want to say your ex is a snake, I'm not going to say that. But if they were lying to you, I don't have a very good opinion of them. So if you're a crosswatcher, don't come for me, please. But yeah, if they lied to you, if they promised things that they didn't fulfill to you, to keep you hanging on to them, to keep you clinging on like a vine, I don't really have that good opinion of them. So maybe that's why I'm getting snake, shedding their skin. So if you're shedding your old clothes, if you're shedding that, you're shedding this person. I won't say they're a snake, but you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so all of that's really important if that's what you're doing. I think that's going to help you to get rid of all these old energies and all the old memories. But I keep on getting, you know, you're not just sitting there hoping that the memories will go away. You're actively doing things. You're actively doing things. You're moving forward to do this. So keep on doing that. You're taking action on that. Yeah, look at this Judgment card down the bottom here. This is the start of you coming out of your box, coming out of the old energies, like these people on this card. So yeah, keep on moving forward, keep on acting, keep on doing things, getting rid of old things and all of that. Because I think they're reminding you, all these old clothes and whatever else it is, they're not just reminding you of your acts, but they're reminding you of all the promises. And the thing is, the promises weren't real. They're all made up, they're a fantasy. So all those memories that you have in your mind, that they're not of a real thing, they're not of a real time. And I don't even think that was a real person. What I mean by that is, the way they presented themselves to you was not real. They were presenting a certain thing to you. They were promising a certain thing to you. That was not them. So if you miss that, if you miss the memories, if you miss what you could have had, you never would have had that with that person, because it's a fantasy, it's not real. So I know that sounds really harsh, but I think you're ready to hear that, because you're really moving forward now. So yeah, I think what's happening now is, because I'm getting all these promises, and I think now you're promising yourself things now. You know, you're saying to yourself, right, I'm promising myself real things, real things. You've got all these pentacles everywhere in this reading, and pentacles are about stability, earth. So that's all you're going to accept from anyone. The realistic things, the real things, the earth. No more fantasy. No more fantasy. Doesn't matter who it is, whether it's a friend, whether it's a relative, whether it's a new relationship, whoever it is, you're not accepting any more fantasy, only the real. So I really, really hope that makes sense for someone, because it's a really big turning point for you, especially with these two cards here together, the World and the Judgment card. Okay, right, so the first card you've got for your present is this Four of Pentacles. Okay, right, so there are a couple of things here in this Four of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm going to say this isn't going to be a very nice thing to say, but someone needs to hear this, so I'm going to say this. Right, there's someone away from you right now. It's not this ex. It feels like it might be a relative. Now, yeah, they've caused lots of problems in your family, I think, this person. They're burned bridges with people, so some people aren't even talking to them in your family. So that might give you a hint as to who this is. Right, so be a little bit careful here, because what I'm getting is, I think this person's going to come in. I think they might ask you for money. That's what I'm getting, or some kind of financial help, or something, help with something that's going to cost you money. Now, yeah, it's a little bit of a cycle with this person, actually, because, yeah, what I mean by that is, they come around to different people, and they ask. So maybe they ask that one, they say no, they move on to the next one, they move on to the next and the next, and they come around to everyone, and then they come around to the start again. So I think, and yeah, my eye's just looking at the World card, and the World can be about coming full circle, a cycle. So I think that's what they do. So if you know who that is, I think it might be your turn in the cycle coming up. They're coming around to you. So now, obviously, it's up to you. You might want to help them, you might not. They might need help. They might really need help. So if you want to help them, of course, go and help them. But I am getting a warning, so I have to say this for you. I just want to say this. If you look at this man in the Four of Pentacles here, he's got this crown on his head, but it's being squashed down by the coin. Can you see that on his head? So I think the question for you is, when they come into you, it's like, do they actually see me? Do they appreciate me? Do they see my crown? Do they see that I'm worth a lot, that I'm valuable? Do they actually want to talk to me? Or do they just talk to me when they want something? Do they reach out at other times? Do they ask me about myself? Do they see my crown, or do they just see the coin? So I think that's what you've got to ask for yourself, or ask yourself, I should say, before you decide on this. Yeah, that's all I want to say on that, because it might be that this person really needs help. So if that's the case, that's up to you. But I am getting a warning, so I have to say this. And yeah, quite often families and money can be a minefield. So, but yeah, just keep all those questions in mind when this person comes in. yeah, they might come in quickly as well because of this Eight of Wands here. Right, so yes, I'm getting a love message here. I'm getting love, I'm getting talking, lots and lots of talking with this Eight of Wands. So lots of messages. You can see that, lots of little messages all coming in. Lots of text messages actually. So I'm getting lots of messages. It's on and off a bit, I think. So it's like you're talking to someone, if this is you, and you're talking and you're talking and you're talking, and then there's all this chemistry. And yeah, you both feel the chemistry. I know you do, both of you. If you're talking to someone and you're wondering whether they're feeling the chemistry, yes, they are. Absolutely, 100% yes. They feel that chemistry between you. I think what might be happening here is things start to heat up. I'm getting lots and lots and lots of messages. And then when they start to just heat up to a certain point, then they die down. So they start up again, then they die down. So this is backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. That's what I'm getting. I think you might be mirroring each other actually, because you're coming up as this Four of Pentacles and he's covering his heart. You know, he's a bit afraid. And maybe that's, you know, because of all this old energy you're still holding on to. You don't mean to, you don't want to. But I think, you know, you've been hurt before. And so maybe that's why you're covering your heart now. So, yeah, I think what's happened is you do want this, but when this kind of chemistry starts to heat up, if that makes sense, you start seeing all this fire and all this passion and everything. You think, oh, it's going somewhere really quickly. I'm a bit frightened. I've been hurt before. I have to pull back now. And then you start pulling back. And then they see that and they start pulling back. Because I think, because you're mirroring each other, I actually think they might be following your lead here, whether you realise that or not. So, because I think for you, it's not like you think to yourself, oh, I'm going to pull back, I don't want to talk to them. It's more a feeling. You get this kind of scared feeling and then you move back and they're picking that up from you. So what I'm getting here is if that's you, they're waiting for you. They're waiting for a sign from you. And that's exactly what I was seeing in the King of Pentacles. They're waiting at the sidelines. They want you to run toward them and you're not doing that. So they're really worried. They don't know if you really want them or not. They just want to know where they stand, really. So if that's you, I don't think you mean to do this, because it's all about feeling for you. I don't think you're kind of calculating in that way. You're not playing them. You're not doing anything like that. You're not like that. So if that's you, if you're just struggling emotionally, if you've been hurt before, you're a bit scared to come forward, just tell them. They just want to know where they stand with you. That's what I'm getting there. So just talk to them. And, you know, I think if you do that, they'll understand. They'll absolutely understand. They'll know. They really want something very serious with you, actually. They really do. But they don't want to come forward and tell you that until they see a sign from you. That's what I'm getting here. Yeah, look at this Ten of Cups here. They don't want to give up on you. This is where they want to be with you. You know, that they want to be in a family with you. They want to be together with you. They want all that with you. But at the moment, they don't know if they can have that. You know, they're on the outside looking in, like this family. I'll just lift it up so you can see. So, yeah, if you look at that family, you can see there's this kind of yellow section where they're standing. And then there's a line, and past that line, that's where the house is. That's where you know, what this person wants is. But there's a barrier. And the barrier is you, if this is you, not telling them where you stand. That's the barrier between where they are now and getting to that Ten of Cups with you. That's what they want with you. They really want that with you. You know, this is a really, really amazing love they have for you, or it could grow into something really amazing. I'm not sure where it is right now. But, you know, you've got this Ten of Cups, you've got the World, you've got Judgment, you've got, which is a huge change in your life. You've got the King of Pentacles. So you've got, you know, the Page of Cups here. They want, look at the Page of Cups. That's a love message. They want a message from you. They want you to tell them how you feel. So even if you feel like, yes, I'm interested in this, but because I've still got these old energies, I'm still stressed, I'm still hurt from what happened to me, I can't quite have a full relationship yet, tell them that. Just tell them that if that's you. So yeah, I really hope the right person gets to hear that. because someone's really waiting and they really do love you, if that's you. Okay, right, so the first card you've got for your future is the King of Swords. Yeah, I really like this king. He's like the friend we all need, but we're scared of. What I mean by that is he's kind of like, okay, I'm going to tell you the truth, even if it's horrible. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to say that you know, that outfit looks terrible, and you shouldn't have said that, and you shouldn't say this, and you shouldn't do this. It's going to get you into trouble. So, and that person's bad for you, and then this and that, all the things you don't want to hear, but you really need to hear. That's what the King of Swords tells you, and that's why I like him. That's why I really like him. So he's a bit scary looking, so but he tells you the truth. So what I'm getting here is I'm getting something completely different here. I'm getting work, I'm getting money, and this is all very practical here, because the King of Swords is heading this whole section here. In your future here. So the King of Swords is the head of this. So the logic is where this is. Money, work, right and wrong, all that kind of thing. Now, I'm getting this for someone in the workplace. It feels like you're actually doing all the work. It feels like you're carrying someone actually. Yeah, I've got a really lazy person here. And yeah, definitely this is something in the workplace. Yeah, that they're more attention than substance. So they attract lots of attention, maybe they attract lots of drama, maybe they make drama, cause problems in the workplace, all that kind of thing, but they don't actually do a lot. And yeah, it's funny, sometimes when I see work and money in a spread, my eye goes down to the bottom and it starts at the bottom and works its way up, which is how it is in the workplace. So yeah, I'll do that. I'll talk about the Eight of Pentacles right down the bottom. Obvious work card here. So you've got the Eight of Pentacles right down here. You're working away. So this is what this person's doing. You're like this man. You're working away. You've got your head down. You're doing the work. They're like the tree. What I mean by that is they've got all these gold coins. See all the gold coins up the tree? If you saw a tree like that when you're walking down the road, it would attract attention. Because you don't see a tree with lots and lots of gold coins, or maybe you do now, Christmas trees, but usually you don't see that. It would attract lots of attention, and that's what they're like. They attract all this attention, they attract all this drama, but they don't actually do anything. They just stand there like a tree, and you're there next to them doing all the work. It's really, really not fair if that's you. And yeah, if you look up, you've got this this Page of Cups here, and you know, you can't take him seriously. Look at what he's wearing. So you see this silly person who's attracting attention for all the wrong reasons. You're doing all the work, and you can see that, but I think maybe there are other people around your workplace who can't see that. You can see that you're the King of Swords. You've got the clarity on this person. You know what they're like. So I think at the moment, because I'm going across from this King to the Four of Pentacles, holding on to things, keeping things to yourself, that's what I'm getting there. So I think that's what you're like right now. You know what they're like, but maybe you're not saying anything. So what I'm getting here is, I don't think you're going to have to say anything. Someone else is going to come in. I'm seeing some kind of big conversation. I don't think it's an argument. I don't think it's going to kind of be a big problem for the whole company or for wherever you work. There's no tower here, so it's not a big, huge drama. But there is going to be a conversation. I don't know if they're going to leave. Usually I can see that kind of thing. But whatever's going to come out of that conversation, it's going to be a lot calmer for you and a lot better for you in the future. So whatever the situation is with this person, it's going to change. So I just want to tell you that that's what I'm seeing down here. The other thing I'm getting here is, because I'm looking at the Eight of Pentacles, and then my eyes going up to the Four of Pentacles and then to the King of Pentacles. So what I'm getting here is, and I was getting this before actually in the King of Pentacles, if you're in this workplace and you're unhappy in this workplace, and you don't want to be this man here who's just working away day after day, you want to be your own boss like the King of Pentacles, I think you've got a block here. I think you really want to do this. You really want to start your own business. You want to work for yourself. You want to do something like that. But there's something blocking you. There's a fear that's stopping you from actually taking that leap, moving forward. But your heart's in that. You really, really want to do that. There's something you need to do. It feels like there's something you need to buy. It might be a piece of equipment. It might be education. You might need to do a course. You might need to buy a book. You might need to do something. There's something you need to buy or purchase or do so that you can move into being your own boss. So with this Four of Pentacles right up the top in the center here, you're holding on to something because you're afraid of what's going to happen next. It's almost like it's stopping you from taking action on this because there's fear. So it's like, oh, if I buy this thing, that means I'm serious. That means I have to do this. And I'm really actually scared of doing that, even though my heart wants to do that. If that's you, go and buy this thing now. Go and do this studying now. Go and do what you need to do now. That's going to get you to the King of Pentacles, to being your own boss. Don't think about it. Don't worry anymore. Don't think, oh, what if this? Don't do that. Just go and do it, and then you'll be much happier later on, if that's you. So, Cancer, I hope this resonates. There was a lot here, all kinds of different things I was getting. It was a bit scattered actually. So I hope some of these things are going to make sense to somebody at least. But yeah, it's a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.